Do you ever feel limited by some baton's rigid movements? In the sense that maybe you're endlessly stuck in a loop of patterns, doing always the same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over again, and then the movement itself doesn't change one bit and doesn't reflect the music. Now, whatever way to tell you that there is also a different way to approach things. There's always more than one way to cook a goose, as they say, right? So, how about instead of doing straight movements, we explore round movements and circles. Now, this might seem at first a little bit out there in the sense that you say, okay, well, if I conduct with circles, then nobody is going to understand anything. Now, that is quite true unless you put some point of reference in it. And this will be the goal of today's quest. Hello everyone, I'm Gianmaria Griglio, I'm a conductor and a composer. Welcome to this new video of Conducting Builds. If you're new here, this channel is all about classical music, conducting and conducting technique in particular. If you have any comments or any questions, just put them down in the comment section. I will do my best to address them in one of the next videos. And now let's keep going with some new conducting tips. Now imagine you're wielding your baton like a paintbrush, and you're crafting your musical landscape in a way that is completely unexpected and yet very clear. I actually started, I gotta tell you, thinking about this video out of some of the questions that I got in the survey that I launched some time ago. The questions were all coming down to the same things. How can I do more? How can I show more? How can I show the music better? How can I use my hands in a more expressive way? Let's start with the gesture, for instance, which is not exactly in the ordinary staple of gestures for conductors. Circle. One circle or half circle. As usual, let's start from a piece of music. In this case, we're going to start from the beginning, the very beginning of Mozart's Last Symphony. Now, when you look at this symphony, at the beginning of this symphony, what do you see on the page? What is the main gesture, musical gesture that you see on the page? Pam, pararam, pararam, do, sol, la, si, do, sol, la, si, do. The way that the music is written, it physically depicts half a circle. Dum, parirarim, tarirarim, goes down and goes up, goes down and comes up to the same point. It's not a full circle. It's half because it actually stops. Bim, rim, rim. It stops at the end of the triplet. Yes, of course you can do and bum, pararim, pararim. There's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing. Want to show something different, want to do it in a different way, or approach conducting technique in a different way so that it actually depicts the music itself. Then you can do bum, pararam, pararam. Now let's slow it down with half a circle. Bum, pararam, pararam, bum, parararam, parararam, bum, parararam, parararam. I'm combining two different pieces of technique. One is the half circle. The other one is registration, because instead of doing one up and down, I'm doing do, down, up, basically I'm following the music. Do, sol, la, si, do, sol, la, si, do. Of course, the fact that the music stops has a short note on the arrival of the triplets. So it's not pim, parirari, tarirari, and pim, parirarim, parirarim. What is the key to keep this clear? The pulse. When you're not doing a pattern, so you're doing something that's unexpected or out of the classical boring pattern picture, then you need to have a clear pulse in it. That means that you need to pulse here and on the upbeat, of course. Click, pam, pararam, pararam, click, pam, pararam, pararam, click, 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 click. Your bass line in this case would be the G. Do, sol, la, si, do, sol, la, si, do. This is unclear. There is no pulsing in this, and therefore the orchestra cannot understand anything, cannot understand what you want or anything about your gesture in general. When you put a pulse in it, bum, rim, rim, now the pulse comes from here. Dum, bum, 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 bum. How do you do a pulse? Well, you can go back to one of the many videos that I published previously on the channel, but generally speaking, it always comes from the wrist. It can be either up, down, click, 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 or sideways. That's how you keep clarity within a half circle or a full circle gesture. You can even do a full circle, and if you pulse at the bottom, you will still maintain clarity, will still be clear for the orchestra all the way through. You need to keep this in mind, because when you do not do that, then your gesture becomes extremely fuzzy, extremely chaotic, and the orchestra cannot understand where you are and what it is that you want. This piece of technique basically allows you to add another tool to your technical arsenal. And what it does, it helps you emphasize in depicting the music in a different way. It helps you emphasize different nuances of the score. And by doing this, you can not only just achieve crystal clarity in your conducting, but also be more versatile and unlock a new dimension of your expression. Now, of course, remember that whatever you tried out with your right hand, you need to do again and try out with your left hand. Bim, rim, rim, bum, rum, rum. And then of course you can alternate. Bim, rim, rim, bum, rum, rum. In this video we've delved into half circle and full circle, a piece of technique that can help you sculpt your musical thoughts. But of course, you cannot really reach full clarity unless the pulse is in place. In order to do so, head over to my website, look for the videos and articles on pulse and pulsing technique. And if you have any doubts or any questions, just write them down in the comment section here. In the meantime, do enjoy conducting, enjoy music, and be kind to yourself. Bye.